What is happening? Fellas, ladies, guys, everybody. Look at that J hook in that beard, baby. Get a little J hook. We are live. Yellow. How's everybody doing? Will Rose, that's selfish. Someone asked, do I like Forza? Never played it before in my entire life. How old are you? I'm 29. Do I like Shrek? It's a pretty good movie. Can you give me a shout out? 323 vlogs. Yeah, I can. Cars and cameras is better. Probably are. What's up? I'm not a question, more of a statement. How's it going? Praise the Lord. You're right. Can you give me your phone number? Nope. I was the first one to join. Thank you, Brady Hill. They're coming in too hot. You should get a Coleman BT200X. We've been trying to get one from Coleman. Oh boy, coming pretty fast. I do not have a PS4. I don't have any game systems whatsoever. Why are you so awesome? I'm not. Oh boy, there's a lot of comments coming in. I'm gonna have to slow them down here. Someone asked what was my first gaming console? Regular Nintendo. Regular Nintendo. I remember I had a little bookshelf in my bedroom, and I had all my games lined up on it, and I had a little TV with the pull knob, and it came on in about a minute. But yeah, the only game system we have now is a Super Nintendo and a Wii that I've modded, and it has a ton of games on it. Because I don't have time to really, and my computer, I could game on my computer, but I don't. There's a lot of questions, so.
You should put it on slow mo.
When's the next meetup? Probably in the spring. We are thinking.
We'll work on that one.
Huh?
We'll work on that.
Yeah, we're going to work on that in just a couple weeks. The CR80, we have tore it down and started. We took the engine off of it. We're going to put a Tillotson on the dirtback frame, and we're putting the engine on a race kart frame. It's going to be pretty sweet. Of course, we get a lot of questions about a mud mower. The only reason we haven't done a mud mower, I'm not super interested in mower, to be honest. They just don't handle well and whatnot. I can find a lot of them cheap, like the really well built Sears mowers. But I have so many projects I want to do. I don't really want to squeeze in a mud mower, but we should. If I ever found a good frame, for a good price, then we would. But yeah, the CR80, we took the engine off of it. We got a race kart frame. I just got to build an engine mount for it, mount the seat, put new wheels and tires on it, stuff like that. Someone said, will I ever, where is it at? Do a purpose build wheelie cart? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we should do stuff like that, but the only reason I don't build these crazy builds is because what are you going to do with them after you're done? You got to strip. You put all that effort and time into something that's a one-use cart, like people said to build a drag cart. I am not building a drag racing cart. Pogo Stick Nick said, what's your dream project? My biggest thing I want to build right now, we have most of the parts, probably 90% of the parts, is a single-seater long travel suspension buggy. And like I said, we have most of the parts, quite a bit of them. We just need to get like a seat. We need a single racing seat. What else do we need for that thing? Oh, a 670, because we're going to do a turboed 670 on it.
I'm 99% sure that's the most people you've ever had in your life.
It is. Well, that's close. Something with tracks. Tracks are expensive. The only reason, and like there's a guy, I can't remember what's his name. He's on YouTube. He built a tank. That's so much time. You know, you got to think. I got to put 2 videos out a week. I try to put 2 to 3 videos out a week. The only problem with that, with like something, with a crazy, you know, in-depth build like a track system, that's a ton of work to, and there's only so much video content you can get out of that. So that hinders me on some projects. Yeah. So the workbench right here is a Duramax 440 that's going on this E-Z-GO golf cart. I built the swing arm. Me and my brother built the swing arm yesterday, and Lonnie was here as well. And then I fully welded it and added a few little things today to it. I need to get a custom belt. I need to put the engine on the engine plate and measure how long the belt needs to be, as well as the driven pulley size. I got to pull it off, and once all that's done, then I can get this golf cart. So the golf cart will be a couple weeks out because I got to get that, measure that belt, and order it. I do have a lot of F1 videos to film, F-150 videos. A guy donated a brand new leveling kit, so that'll be installed on the truck soon. I got a little Fosgate all-in-one sub I'm putting in it. We're getting a radio. It's going to ship tomorrow. I'm hoping it'll come before this weekend, so the video can be out next week. But I'm getting, it's called a Tesla radio, 12.1-inch radio. It's all touchscreen. It gets rid of the climate control and everything. That was a sponsored video. They're sending that out. They're not paying me, but they sent me the unit. I'm pretty pumped about that. Faux show. Oh boy, there's a lot of them. Turbo cart's coming up soon. We got the turbo, the intercooler, everything. I'm waiting to build the frame for that cart because we're building a semi or a independent suspension buggy very soon. What's my bra size? I don't know, Becca. What would you say my bra size would be?
I don't know.
Like an A?
That's cups.
Yeah, that's what he means. Cup size. I don't know, probably, you know, medium to big A. We make a 420 bike. We've kind of made stuff like, you know, we did the 301s. 301's not a huge difference from a 420. We are putting the, so we're redoing the 301 mini bike. We're taking the gas tank in the 301 off of the 301 Baja frame, and we're putting a stock Trailmaster engine on it and a diamond plate gas tank, and then we're just going to sell that build, you know, and then we're going to do the 301 on a Monster Moto 212 frame very soon. We're waiting on Monster Moto to send those bikes out. Someone said, what's the best 212 mods? You know, first stage 1, then when you can afford it, 18-pound valve springs and remove the governor. And, you know, they're all good. Billet rod, billet flywheel just makes it strong. And a cam, of course, is going to be your biggest noticeable difference, is slapping a good cam on it. A dually go-kart with 2 670s. I just can't afford 2 670s. See, Go Power Sports doesn't give us engines. You know, we'll get a Tillotson from them every once in a while. But other than that, we've bought all of our engines.
Except the Duramaxes.
Except
the Duramax.
Yeah, the Duramaxes, Duramax sent us to use. They don't pay us to use them. We just use them, you know, because you got to think a Duramax engine or a 420 Predator is a $400 engine, $450, I think. And we just, honestly, we cannot afford to just go buy engines. So we can't, like, we need a 670 right now, and we could start the turbo 670 build. We got a lot of stuff in store for it. I just can't afford to go spend $800 on an engine. So we need to sell some projects and to fund the next projects. You know what I'm saying? Someone said they have a Trailmaster bike and have a, well, I want to answer that question. Don't have enough money to get both the performance kit and bigger sprocket. Which one should I get? Bigger sprocket is a massive deal on that Trailmaster. I would go with a 50-tooth sprocket. 60-tooth is a little much. I think a 50 is a good dead or center sprocket. You know, like you got a lot of takeoff, you got a lot of top end, where the 60-tooth you're going to have a ton of takeoff, but it's almost too much, I think, in the woods. It wants to stand up a lot. Well, not the Trailmaster, it's a little longer, but on the Coleman's, it wanted to stand up a ton, and that was just aggravating. So someone asked who all sponsored us, so I'll try to remember all the companies. Go Power Sports, of course, they're our biggest sponsor. Another huge sponsor is Quantum Machinery Group, which we got our weld table, and we actually have a mobile weld table that's on the trailer right now we need to build. And they're going to be a long-time supporter, hopefully. Quantum's got crazy machinery and stuff, so Quantum, Go Power Sports, Duramax, Coleman, Power Sports USA. Oh boy, Monster Moto, they're sending us two 212 bikes to do a street build and an off-road build. Trailmaster. What else? Performance Engineering, which is the cup washers. Oh, there's more. New Air, which was the AC and the fans. What?
The 670 guys.
Yeah, Performance 670. There's more. There's Everlast for their welders. Eastwood for metal fabricating stuff. I gotta look around to see. And honestly, without these sponsors, we couldn't do our videos. And we get random, like Auxbeam for lighting. We get random light companies and stuff like that, but I don't really consider them a true. Oh, Auxbeam, I think they're going to be someone we constantly go to for lighting. But yeah, they're just,
Shannon Dunn has asked how to be a patron like 3 or 4 times.
Someone's asking how to be a patron. You just go on patreon.com/redbeardsgarage and you can become $1. $5 gets you on the wall. 5 or up, you get more perks. We really need to work out those perks,
We just need to go to the $5 patron.
No, that's stupid. We need to go through the perks, and because I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff. So I'm going to explain. Oh yeah, Beard Balm, 1740 Beard Balm. I'm glad someone remembered that. There's a lot of sponsors to remember. So someone asked about the. Good gosh, my brain just went blank. Oh man, I wanted to answer that question too, and I just completely forgot it. Sorry, I'm looking for this question. Someone asked me, and I wanted to answer. Oh, what is better, a Tillotson 212 or a Predator 212? So the difference between on a dyno, they've dyno tested a stock Hemi Predator and a stock Hemi Tillotson 212. Tillotson made 3.5 horsepower more. The Predator came in around 6.5 horsepower stock, and the Tillotson came in at 10 stock. It's a better flowing head. It's way better tolerances in the engine, which means there's not a lot of slop in like the cams and stuff. So it's just a higher quality built engine, and the real performance is in the head. It just has a better flowing head on it and better valve train and stuff. So basically, Tillotson 212, for the money you're spending, it's got heavy valve springs basically stock in it, so you can put a decent aggressive cam without having to mess with valve trains. That's huge. You can remove the governor, even though it voids the warranty, and make 12, 13 horsepower just by removing the governor and letting it rev out. But I would go with the Tillotson. I can tell definitely a stock. You're about to see in a video. We're going to take a Trailmaster, a brand new Trailmaster we got in. We're going to do a 0 to whatever the top speed is. We're going to do a hill climb and stuff with the stock engine. Then we're going to put the Stage 1 kit on it, leaving the governor during all this. Do the same testing again. Then we're going to pull that engine off and put a Tillotson stock on it, do those testing, and then put the Stage 1 kit on the Tillotson to show you how much better a Tillotson is. Because, let's face it, any Honda clone is going to be the same as a Predator. A Predator is the best clone other than a Tillotson. A Tillotson's, has its head on all to itself. It's not a cloned head or nothing. It's their own head. And that's the same way with the Hemi Predator. It has its own style of head. So when you say a Hemi Predator is a clone of a Honda, it's not. It's its own engine. The block, head down, it's pretty much the same as a Honda, but head is where the power is made. I'm using the small turbo, what is it, an RH? I can't remember. It's the small engine turbo on eBay is what we're going to use. I'm going to start using Tillotson's quite a bit. We got a couple Predator builds coming up very soon on the channel. I got to film them in the next couple of weeks. We have another special engine that no one's shown online yet, and we're about to put it on a crazy mini bike that we're building. We're taking a Coleman CT200U EX. We got dirt bike front forks for it, like pit bike front forks. We're doing a rear swing arm on it, and we're putting the highest technology 196cc engine you can get. It's got oil pump, oil filter, oil cooling. It's got a CDI. It's got electronically controlled carburetor, rev limiter. It's got everything. That's coming up. We have all that stuff sitting over there. It's just, good gosh, waiting on parts and trying to get time. Can I use a torque converter on a stock engine? Yes. What's the best way to cut your steering column and put it back together without a welder? I don't know of a way. Honestly. 212 gearbox teaches. I have a dirt bike engine that is, I don't know what's wrong with it, and I don't really want to put the time in it to figure it out. So I was going to machine a new crankshaft that's straight and basically make it into a gearbox, take off the jug and stuff off of it. We need to do that. It's just, again, that's a lot of work, a lot of time. Tow truck go-kart. We do have a diesel now. So that's what I'm kind of thinking of for the diesel, is to build a tow rig we got a 3-cylinder Kubota diesel, and we're going to slap a turbo on it, bigger injectors, and make a Roco baby and build a tow rig. I think that would be the perfect project. Stacy, can you put brake lights on a mini bike? The mini bike, the Trailmaster, is actually fully wired right now. Just need to patch the holes in the gas tank, coat the inside of the gas tank, and then it'd be pretty good. Speedometer app that I use is DigiHub. It's just the first one I found that worked good, so that's what I use still. So yeah, the diesel build's coming on the channel in a couple. I don't know when it'll be. Honestly, guys, I'm by myself half the time, so it's really hard to get a ton done. It's really nice when Brandon comes once a week, because I'm able to, it's 2 people making parts, cutting stuff. And so it's a huge help when Brandon comes. And Lonnie's came over today and yesterday, and we got quite a bit done. Yeah. I'll show you the swing arm that I built for the golf cart. You can see the E-Z-GO we got tore apart. This is a woman's at church. And basically, I built this swing arm for the golf cart. You can see. And the reason you can see the tilt, we wanted that tilt kind of like, trying to hold this thing right here, how it like buckles. We had to build it like that to set the engine kind of level and to bolt on. But yeah, we built this yesterday. I fully welded it today. I added this tube work under the engine plate, if you can see it. But yeah, so this is, I haven't welded this bar in. This actually needs to move further forward. It's hitting the diff. We just tacked this in. Everything else is fully welded. So that's our swing arm for the E-Z-GO. You can buy swing arms for crazy amount of money on like Vegas carts. We just built our own because, this took like 3-4 hours to build this, to get all the measurements and figure it out. So that's going on this E-Z-GO with a 18 horse Duramax, and a Duramax is a 440cc engine, by the way. Can you put 2 670s on a go-kart? You could, but I can't afford 2 670s. So to stop knocking, try cleaning carbon deposits in your head. What's your favorite tool brand? I don't know, honestly, because a good, like, Craftsman, I don't know how they are now, but back in the day, when I was a kid, you seen your dad using Craftsman tools, and that's what, you grew up thinking was the best tools, which they're not, anymore. I don't know. Honestly, I don't have a favorite brand of tool. I know my favorite brand of, like, power tools is Milwaukee. We got these Milwaukee, the electric ratchet. This thing is awesome. Thank you, Charlie Bellflower, for your donation. Charlie is the one that gave us the diesel. It's basically a Walker mower that he just was tired of putting money into. The engine runs good. It's just like the bagger's all busted up. But Charlie Bellflower donated the Walker mower that has the 3-horse Kubota diesel on it, so that's pretty sick. We would do a street bike engine on a go-kart. It's just, again, money. Buying a street bike to tear the engine off, it's just, it costs a lot. And we have a ton of stuff going on right now. We need to get stuff done. But George Truzzi the fourth, thank you, man. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for watching the videos. Yeah, Cartha Tools. I don't think Cartha Tools no longer is in business. We ran them out of business. No, the guy who owned Cartha Tools was a Matco dealer. He owned a Matco truck, and now he's like a general manager or something. So he don't do the Matco truck thing no more. And I don't think he's going to do Cartha Tools anymore. So Cartha Tools is no more, as far as I know. There was nothing between us. We had a good relationship. We actually was driving customers to his website. He supported us with some tools, which was awesome. But he moved up in life, so that's where he's at now. And Boo Racing, BOOH Racing, maybe getting the deuce. We're talking about a trade and all that stuff. So, Charlie, did I say a 3-horse diesel? I didn't mean. I don't know if I said that, but I meant 3-cylinder Kubota diesel. It's like 16 horse, 45 foot-pounds of torque, I believe it is. We got someone from Puerto Rico, says he watches all our videos. We appreciate it, man. We have started Randall Baker. We have been using the cutoff disc you gave us, and we thank you for those because we use a ton of them here. Donald, thank you for watching. But you got Snap on down there. We do have Snap on, but I don't know anybody that, see a Matco dealer and stuff, they have to buy their truck and everything. It's just like if you wanted a McDonald's, you'd have to buy into the franchise. I'm pretty sure Matco's the same way, and I would assume Snap-on's the same way. Those people that own those trucks buy those trucks, and they're the one that usually handles financing their tools. So it isn't like they just apply for a job and drive a truck. It's their truck. They own it. They got to stock it with what they think will sell. From my understanding, that's the way it is. So the guy who did Cartha Tools was an awesome dude. We had a good thing going on there, but he moved up. Like I said, he got a better job where he don't have to put up with that no more. So it's good for him. Bad for us. Full suspension with CV axles. We do have all the CV axles. We got a Dana differential. We got all kinds of stuff to build our single-seater buggy. We're just waiting on a few more parts. We got our wheels and tires finally, but we might have to get a different set of wheels. And we are hopefully getting another deuce here in the next couple of days. I've been talking to the guy about doing some trading, but I don't know if he wants to trade. We've been talking back and forth. And he may have sold it. It looks like he may have sold it. We don't know. We're waiting to hear back from that guy on trading, doing some trading to get us another deuce to build. So if we get rid of the deuce, then the yellow deuce, then we'll have something else to build. What part of North Carolina are you located in? Anywhere close to Boone or Statesville? We're not in North Carolina. We're in Tennessee, baby. We have a lot of stuff going on, like the Dana diff is like the Deuce. The Deuce has a Dana differential on it. They came with a Comex or a Dana brand differential. Dana is much more, like a lot stronger, wider gears inside and stuff. So it's just Dana makes all types of things, axles for trucks and transaxles like I have bought. Would you waiver build a car if you could? I don't know what that means. Someone said 90 mile an hour go-kart. That's just dangerous. I don't have any health insurance, so let's stay around 60. We have thought of, Charlie, doing a 4-wheel drive go-kart. There's a lot of, we either got to buy a 4-wheel drive 4-wheeler and tear it apart, which of course is a lot of money, or we have to buy a differential, which I know are ones that would work with one of my Dana differentials, and that's just a ton of fabbing that I really don't want to do right now, but it would be sweet. We don't do any GY6 builds normally. I don't know much about them, so and I haven't taken the time to really really learn the GY6 engines. Yeah, the wiring video, I need to figure out how I want to film that video. The gearing ratio on the Deuce is 8-to-1, somewhere around that. Would you ever build a vehicle if you could? Yeah, we're going to build a street legal buggy, like, that's pretty much going to be like an asphalt only vehicle. I have heard of the brand Candy. I've heard that they're extremely hard to find parts for, so that's why we don't mess with them. So someone's asking, what are we trading the Deuce for? If everything works out, we're getting some cash and a go-kart. And the cash is basically to build another 670 for the next project. And the buggy is oh man, what was that thing? A Tao Aero 150 that Boo Racing has. Go on Boo Racing. He's built a 420 on it. And I have a plan for that buggy that I think would be pretty sweet. You think a 570 Polaris quad? What do you think about a 570? I've never messed with one, so I have no clue. What did you use to make your crankshaft stop? I used the backside of a pulley. Like on a 212, you would use an 030 series pulley. On a anything with a 1-inch shaft or bigger, use a 40 series. I just took the 40 series front pulley apart. I had a spare one to make the crankshaft stop. Do you have a buggy for hunting and fishing? I do not hunt, and it's been years since I've fished. Let's face it. I'm in this garage anytime I can get in it. But it would be cool to build something that, well, I mean, any of our buggies we could take to do whatever, but Raptor 700 would be sick to have because that's fuel injection, son of a gun. We live in Tennessee. Kicking back after I put the... Okay, so someone's saying they have a problem with their 212 kicking back after they put a flywheel on it. That's not your flywheel's fault. That's most likely where you've messed with the valve lash and set the valve lash with the compression release on. I'm making a video on that very soon to show how to get rid of that. The guy sold the Deuce, so the Deuce is not... We're not getting the green Deuce we was hoping to get. Someone said, again, what's the meaning of life? To find your relationship with Jesus Christ and share it with others. That is the meaning to life. No questions about it. Plain simple. Bam. I keep wearing sprockets down on my 212. I don't know why you'd be wearing your sprockets down. Someone said 212 Predator be too much for a 26-inch bicycle. Yes, because the bearings in the wheels aren't meant to be driven that hard, and the spokes aren't meant for that kind of stress. Bicycles, I would completely stay away other than putting those little 2-stroke 80cc motors on. GX 390 with a 30 series, you would burn through belts like crazy, and that's just dangerous. I would not put one on it. How do you break in a cam? Most cams, you leave stock valve springs in it, run it for 20 minutes with some not synthetic oil. You never break in an engine with synthetic oil. You would run it with high zinc oil, like racing oil. A lot of racing oil has high zinc. You run it with the stock valve springs for 20 minutes, like at 2,000, 2,500 RPM load, and then drain the oil, or you can run the oil for a few more hours, and then you can put your upgraded valve springs. That's normally how you break in most, performance cams. Someone asked, do I have a real job? This is my real job now. We've been doing this for a year now, full time. And I wasn't a Ford mechanic. I was actually a technology specialist. I ran the computer systems and taught people about the new technology and Fords at the dealership I worked at. So I was never a mechanic ever in my life, actually. How do you get around the laws with uninsured vehicles? You don't. You got to have them insured. I mean, if you get pulled over, they'll tow it if you don't have insurance. From what I've heard, I've always had insurance, though. What if you have 18-pound stock valves already? You shouldn't have 18-pound valves in a small block engine, unless it's a Tilson. Then just break it in. Who cares? I've never had one mess up. We're putting a 440cc on the E-Z-GO for a lady at church. We've already got the swing arm built. Now we got to get the belt and the right size belt for it, and then it's pretty much done. We're going to paint that swing arm, do a little wiring, and yeah. Does YouTube pay enough to live on? No, it does not. Not at this point. Like 100,000 subscribers, you really can't live unless you lived with your parents. You can't live off, having 100,000. And it don't go by subscribers; it goes by views. But normal people with 100,000 subscribers couldn't. I wouldn't say could live off of it. Not living with their parents. So no, I could not live off my YouTube check by no means. I will not be doing another computer build for a long time. That computer needs cleaned. I'm going to do a video soon about pulling it out and showing you how dusty the thing is, because she gets run pretty hard. This one out here is really bad too. I like running them as hard as I can. I don't know why. I just do, and then I'll get them out and clean them, but I won't be doing it for a very long time. I don't know about the bore size from a stock carb to a Tillotson carb. I never checked it. I will be doing more truck videos. We got a lot of stuff coming. We got an awesome radio. If you will, I will show you the radio actually we're putting in this. It should ship tomorrow. Oh my gosh. But I don't know when it'll be. Like, it might get here Saturday. If it'll get here Saturday, I'll try to slap it in there. And this is the radio we're getting. Oh, and I am pumped. All right, this is a picture of the radio in a truck, in an F-150. Yeah. So that's the radio that I'm going to be putting in the F-150, if you can tell. It is a 12.1 inch touchscreen radio. So it gets rid of all your climate controls, puts them on screen, and it runs Android. So that's going to be pretty sweet. I'm excited for that. That's for sure. The X1 Pro it's really well built. It's not cheap by any means. A lot of times you get stuff like that, it feels real cheap and it performs really cheap. It does not. I just think it needs a few tweaks to make me like it. I'm going to end up giving it away on the channel somehow, probably on the live stream. But I'm waiting to get my new radio installed because it'll replace my backup camera will be on the radio. So that's what I'm going to do. But that radio's sick though. I found it online and got a hold of the company. Had to do some swindling to get them to get them to send it to us, but they're supposed to be mailing it out tomorrow. We're going to do a good video for them and get it on the channel. The DTV shredder, I actually forget about that thing. We have so many projects, but the shredder is coming on the channel really soon. We wanted to ride it some and get used to it. We're not used to it. It's a really easy thing to ride, believe it or not, but we need to get it out and do a really nice video of it. Practice more on it and then do an awesome video. That's what we're going to do. And I probably won't ever make a shopping cart go-kart. We should do stupid stuff like that just because the views, but good gosh, it'd be hard to fit in for a big guy like me. The 670 that burnt, we gave that to Tard Squad and Bubsification. That's two different YouTube channels. We gave it to them, and they put a snowmobile motor on it, so you can go check that out on their channel. Is that, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's something Explores Life. Thank you for your donation. Yeah, the four-seater's come back very soon. I need to get it in here and reassemble it very soon. A video on hydraulic brakes. We'll be doing that. We'll be doing like hydraulic brakes like the race kart style ones that race kart have on them. We're going to do that very soon, how to install that, and we're also going to do just standard like dirt bike style hydraulic brakes mounting on a go-kart. Can you slow down a clutch overheating? Clutches just get hot. That's just the nature of them. I don't think you're really going to be able to stop them from overheating, really. I do have a Tillotson 212 electric start. It's on the Trailmaster. That'll be coming out soon. The diesel will be coming out soon. We got that one from Charlie Bellflower. It's a 3-cylinder Kubota diesel. Can you still find Manco Deuces new? No, you cannot. I mean, if you can, that'd be some crazy money, I would imagine. Someone said you could try to do stupid builds with go-karts. You already have. I should do those get views, as we've all seen, stupid builds get you views. And it just sucks to put time and money into a build I don't really care about. I'm trying to build stuff that I would own at the end of the day, not stuff just to grab people's attention. I guess it just, it's not my personality, I guess. Do you ever build your own mini back frame? Yes, very soon we're going to do that. We're going to build a mini back frame, a chopper frame, do a couple things like that. How do you stop a clutch from sticking? Clean it. Take it apart, clean it really good, get the carbon buildup out of there, the debris, and you can make a clutch last a very long time as long as you maintenance it right. Oil certain parts in the clutch, and we should do a video on that soon. What about oiling and keeping and upkeep on clutches? Yeah, we'll do a video. We'll put a clutch on something, run the crap out of it, and then show you how to maintenance it. Have you ever finished your Earth Dog shifter car? It is 90% done. It needs a few little things done, then it's rideable. I just hate that frame, and it gets my personality. If I don't like something about it, it's hard to stay motivated on it. Should build a deuce from scratch. Oh yeah, we could build a deuce. I could build a deuce frame in 2 days. I bet. It's pretty simple. They're all like so simple. I would build something that looks better, I think. More curves to it and stuff. What's the best Coleman mini bike? I haven't rode their new one, but maybe their new one. I don't know. Their BT 200X or whatever it is. Off-road. You need to build a road course. Oh, go-kart. I kept saying off-road for some reason. I don't know why. Motors behind me are both Duramax 440s, the 18 horses. We hooked up with Duramax, and they sent us 4 of them to do a few builds with. So we'll be doing a lot of videos with Duramaxes soon. Differences, chain sizes, how to tell. Most time chain has it printed on one of the links. Just look down it. Most of the time, anyways. A lot of stock chains sometimes don't, but yeah, I know by looking at them, from my experience, what size they are. Build a Maxim 150 out, please. CBR 600 F3. That will take you for a rip snot. Whoa. Do you have any extra slicks? We do have a set of slicks we would sell really cheap, but shipping's what sucks on anything, man. It costs a fortune to ship stuff. Will a 301cc Predator mount up to a 212 mount? Yes, I think it will. You might have to widen the hose just a hair on the plate, but I think it should. My garage is 46 foot long by 21 foot deep, and it's not big enough. That's for sure. We're out of room as soon as we build it. Golf cart, again, I'm building it for a woman at church. We're doing a Duramax 440 on it, the 18 horse, and it's going to be pretty sweet. The cam in a Tillotson, I believe, is really similar to a Predator 212 cam. I don't think they're much difference. You can remove the governor out of a 212 without changing the valve springs, but that's a cheap part you're cheaping out on and risking bending the valve, because you will eventually bend the valve. So I just think it's crazy not to spend 20 bucks on Go Power Sports on a set of 18-pound valve springs to know you're not going to bend the valve, because bending the valve sucks. Then you got to pull the head off and everything. It's just, why wouldn't you spend 20 bucks and do that, in my opinion? Someone saying their clutch does not idle, it engages instantly. You need to clean it really good. Take it apart, clean all the crud. A clutch has a centrifugal clutch is just a bell, the outer bell that has the sprocket attached to it. And then it has clutch pads that basically have certain springs on them. And when they spin at a certain RPM, like say 2100 RPMs, those springs are rated for it. It makes the clutch disc expand from the momentum that grabs the outer bell, which makes it hook and turns your back tire. Pulls the sprocket, which pulls the chain, which pulls the back sprocket, which pulls the back tire. And they're going to get built up from the clutch pads wearing. Over time, a clutch is just going to wear out and you need to throw it away. But you can just take them apart, oil certain parts, clean some stuff in them, and make them work like new again. For a while, you can get a lot of life out of a clutch. $40 for the slicks. They're rear tires and wheels with hubs. $40 plus shipping, but I don't know what shipping will cost you. It's kind of high from what we've seen. Do you watch any other YouTubers? I tell you, I'm caught up right now on watching VinWiki. I don't know why. The stories they tell in there are just really, really interesting. I like VinWiki a lot right now. Other YouTubers, I watch Cletus McFarland. I just started watching him just a couple weeks ago, which I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube, but when I'm like rendering a video and I don't feel like coming out in the garage, I'll watch a couple videos while it's rendering or get other stuff ready on my computer. Lonnie was here today. He's in bed probably right now. Hopefully he works tomorrow. But it's been raining a lot, and he's a roofer, so he might be off tomorrow. He just hasn't been on videos. That's what Lonnie's saying. He's like, every time I'm over, people's gonna think I'm dead because we get a lot of stuff done, but we never film it. Like when we built that swing arm, we didn't film any of it. We just built it. And sometimes it's nice to do that, just not worry about filming something and show you what we did. You know, when it's done, you know, you need breaks like that. Can you do valve springs without changing to a billet connecting rod? You can, but again, that's your second weak point of those engines is rod. Third weak point is the flywheel. You just need to, you know, really need to do that. Have a goal to do that, or you're gonna, you know, mess some stuff up. I do not watch Outlaw. I know who he is. I don't watch him though. I'm just not a fan of him. I'm 29 years old. So, projects coming. As I stated earlier, we're getting a couple 212 Monster Motos. One to do like a dirt bike style build. Well, basically, we're going to redo the 301 bike on the Monster Moto frame. We're going to pull that 301 off, finally tweak a few things that really need tweaked in that engine, and with the torque converter, put it on a 212 Monster Moto frame, and then we're going to do another build with another Monster Moto frame. We should be getting those in the next couple weeks. Have you ever blew up a 212? I've been a valve in one, but that's about it. I've never locked one up. Kids are 5 and 10 years old. They'll be 6 and 11 next month in October. Yeah, if you're removing the governor, you need to take every part of it out. Don't mess around and leave anything in there. You're going to mess something up doing that. I do not mess around with 3D printing. I would love to, but I don't have a 3D printer. Will you ever cut your beard? Probably not. I'd look like an idiot. Just came out on Go Power Sports. You're going to be messing with the new Monster Moto front suspension. I don't have they actually came out with it yet. They're coming out probably the first of the year, Go Power Sports, with a front suspension kit. Basically, you can buy a rim and front forks to put suspension on your mini bike, but I haven't seen them actually mini bike forks. I'm pretty sure they haven't came out with them. No, they do have them. So they have the mini bike suspension kit, complete fork, front fork assembly. So they do have a set that looks like the Monster Moto ones. Yeah, so I don't know how many they have current in stock. They have one of them in stock, so better buy it quick. So we got someone saying something about starting a channel. When do you think I can go full-time? Subs or views? Subs really don't mean nothing, because if you see channels with 300,000 subscribers and they're getting 4,000 views per video, that's never going to pay your bills. Views is what pays the bills. You get paid by 1,000 views, and it's not a ton of money. You make a ton of money once you get way up there in subscribers and view count. Your view count's what matters. Of course, your subscribers, you normally get a 15% to 25% views on your videos of what your subscriber count is. Because if you look at my views, I normally get 20 to 30,000 on a video, unless it's just a video that takes off faster than others. And that's just because some people hit the subscribe button and never go check their subscription. They don't really, some people don't understand what that subscribe button is for, but Christian Sigel, I think it is. We do collaborations. We've done one with Quad Racers and Ratherby Weldon, and we plan on doing more with Quad Racers and Ratherby Weldon. And who knows who else we'll do them with? Who knows? So, no, I did not. So we're doing a lot of engine builds soon. I should be filming those on nights where Becca goes to bed earlier. Just turn the AC on and throw some headphones on and do them. But yeah. From creating a Discord for this community. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking my leg. Huh?
Tell them we have a community, a closed.
We do have a closed community on Facebook, Redbeard's Garage Community, right? RBG
community.
RBG Community on Facebook. Yeah, so you can go on there and ask questions in our community, because I can't keep up with that stuff anymore. I mean, if I gave up time with my kids, then I could answer your question on Facebook, and I'm not doing that. So
we try to do a couple a day.
We try to do a handful a day. The discount code on 1740 Beard Balm is RBG15, and that's 15% off. I'm telling you, I love some 1740 Beard Balm. I like it quite a bit. Have you ever built with PTO hydraulic? No, I have not. 212 stage 3 bicycle. As I stated a while ago, we will not be doing anything with the bicycle because it's just bicycles aren't safe. They're not going to handle that power. You're going to break, spoke, kill yourself.
We have a page on a button on our Facebook page that says join the community.
We have a button on our Facebook page that says join the community. That's how you find it. Go on the Redbeard's Garage Facebook page, and then you should be able to find the community on there. Yeah. So if you want in the community, and I go on there, I try to rank. I forget we have it, honestly. And then I'll see someone who posted something. I just got so much stuff going on. It's almost, I mean, it's impossible for me to keep up anymore. And I knew it'd come to this point. You have answered. How many views? 05 subs. I don't understand what you're saying. Will you lift your truck? No, I would do a leveling kit, which we have. A subscriber sent us a leveling kit. And I can't remember his name. Beg my pardon. Do you remember his name? But you'll be seeing that on a video soon. Leveling kits I don't like lifted trucks. There's no really point in them. Cart with some custom stacks. The diesel cart will have a stack on it. That's for sure. That's going to be a sick build, baby. Mod a VW Bug. Will you take $20 for the slicks? If not, what's the lowest? 40's the lowest because I'd rather keep them. Huh?
You want to show the community page like what it looks like?
They'll find it. I am still selling the mini chopper. I'm going to sell it dirt cheap as I can, and if no one buys it for that, I'm stripping it down for parts. After I make 1 or 2 more videos with it, if I can't sell it for a certain number I have in my head, then it's worth me just keeping it as part, like stripping it down, taking the forks off, all that. Someone said 55 thumbs down. What happened here?
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. 55 people hates me. Who knows? Who cares? That's what I'm saying. That is a unnormal high amount of dislikes, but
well, it was like that immediately when you started the live stream. Like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it had to be haters.
How many subs or views? You half answered the question. There's no subs or views that basically states. It depends on how much you can live off of and how many views. I don't know a number of views. I don't know enough of the algorithms to know like this amount of views gets you this much money. So I don't know. It's just a hard question to answer. I couldn't live off what I make off YouTube right now. There's no way. I would have to have a part-time job.
That's why we have sponsors.
That's why we have sponsors and work with all these companies, and because we have to, or we wouldn't eat at the end of the day. My name is Greg. Spencer wants to know my name so bad he can't stand it. Name's Gregory. But mini chopper, I've got over 1,200 in my own money in that bike, but I would probably take $800 for the mini chopper, and that might seem high to you guys. That's fine. I can tear it down for parts, but there's a lot of money in that bike. It don't look like it, but there is. I want the gas tank off of it. That's why I want to strip it down for parts. The gas tank's like $125, and I could pull it off, put it on another mini bike. About done a giveaway with the mini chopper. I would love to do a giveaway with it, but again, we need to bring money in the garage. So what?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the raffle.
Oh yeah, people said something about a raffle, but I need to just read up on that. There's a lot of stuff you got to worry about with that. I don't
You're
even.
selling a drift truck.
No, I'm not. I'm trading it for a motorcycle. I just need to take pictures of it and send it to the guy.
Nothing.
Sign it and sell it. Well, then it'd be worth less money. I got 55 dislikes. People's not gonna buy the thing. Yeah. I was trying to see how many.
Lock it up for the ginger.
Yeah, so we have 55 dislikes, 96 likes. Pretty good ratio.
They just hit it because it was even when I came out here.
Yeah, so a lot of videos in the works. It's just, man, it's like I cannot get enough time to do.
And I honestly feel like you work almost constantly.
Yeah, Miss Redbeard said she feels like I work almost constantly, and it's like I never get ahead. It's ridiculous. And I'm by myself. I'm filming everything. Becca comes out here as much as she can, which is most days, but she has a little side thing she does that takes 1 to 2 days up of her time. And I try to edit on those days, and I'm so behind on editing, it's ridiculous. But yeah, someone said haters equals more views. You are right. They'll hate it, but they're gonna watch it and get me that view, and so who cares? How long have you been working on crap? Another word for it. Probably like all my life I've been taking stuff apart and trying to figure out how stuff works, I guess. But good gosh, she's smoking cigarettes. But I've really started working on stuff when I got a turbo car because I was making a little bit more money and could afford to buy some more parts. And I sold my Raptor 660 and bought a front mount intercooler kit. And now I put a ported header on it, like a cast strong header. Then I ported a bunch of parts on it. Did a GM mass airflow sensor and up the fuel on it. I did a lot of stuff to it. Then I ran out of money and basically was like, okay, this car is going to break me. So I sold it and that black Nissan that I did the burnout on my old intro. And then that's when I started working on go-karts. And go-karts was cheaper. I could work on them in my small garage. That was another reason I started on them. They fascinated me, like how much stuff you could buy for these small engines. And I kind of wanted to help that community out, because I seen that there was no videos teaching you how to do this stuff. So,
and your kids were interested in it.
And my kids was interested in, the go-kart. So that was the first go-kart was for my daughter. And then we started, like I basically went online to find out how to, I think it was a torque converter. I got a torque converter in. It was an eBay torque converter. No instructions, parts everywhere. So I'm like, what order are these parts supposed to go in? Because I never installed a torque converter. And I just figured it out. So I was like, I'm going to take this thing back apart and film it. And then you can see the old video. It's still up on my channel, which I need to make an updated one. What are you laughing at? No, Becca, there's a million of them.
Your channel's way better than I'd rather be playing bingo. That dude drives like an 87-year-old man.
But that's where it all started from. I am not going to build a lifted go-kart like John and Isaac's. Let them build it. We had plans on doing a portal lifted go-kart where there's it has tons of ground clearance, but now that they've done something like that, of course I'm not going to do it. We already get people talking crap saying we copy them, so we might as well just stay away from the subject. What?
You said it in the live stream, so they had to do it.
Huh?
I said you said it in the live stream, so they had to do it first.
Yeah. But I have I can get an RX-7. I have not gotten it yet. I could get it. I could trade like a small roll cage go kart, like a dingo size go kart for it, for an RX-7 that's in really good. Someone said glad she saw that. But it's just I don't have the money to be building an LS RX-7 right now, because that's, good gosh, I can't even afford to build these go karts the way I want to. I have these go kart builds in my head, but I can't. It's just going to take time to do it. Build a motorcycle engine funny kart. I don't want to build any kind of drag racing kart, because, like I said, you're going to have to find somewhere to go drive that thing. You're going to have to haul it there, most likely, because they're not going to turn around. So I won't be. Someone said, tell Miss Redbeard to get in front of the camera if she's going to tell you what to say. She's just reading me comments that I'm not reading.
Only funny ones.
Funny ones, that is. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming. We just, good gosh, we don't have enough time. That's all that it boils down to is, I tell you, your time will slip by faster than you can imagine out here. We do get along with Cars and Cameras. We've talked to them, like I, talked to them when the storm was coming in, which hurricane, which we're getting the hurricane aftermath now. It took us, what, 2 days after? When was the hurricane exactly?
Last weekend.
So yeah, it has
raining
taken
Sunday.
about 3 days for us to get the aftermath of the hurricane that hit North Carolina and them. But yeah, we talk from time to time. I mean, we don't talk every day or nothing, but yeah, we're not on bad terms with them or nothing. They just do their thing. We do our thing. I haven't seen a video of theirs, and I mean, I don't watch it hardly any YouTube. Usually, this is the way my day goes. I wake up 7ish, sometimes 6:30, get ready, eat my breakfast, and drink my coffee like an old man. Take the kids to school with Miss Redbeard. Then we come back, and that's when I start working, whether it's editing video or working out in the garage. Most of the time, I'm having to clean up from the day before. So we'll get that started. I'll work. Becca will go get the kids from school, and then I'll work till about 5 or 6 o'clock, and then I try to stop. Most days I have been stopping at 5 or 6 o'clock, depending on what time I get to start out here. And then
go to practice.
Most time I go like cheerleading practice or something for my daughter, and eat supper, just hang out with the kids, and then I'll mess around on my phone for an hour before bed and watch TV, and then go to bed. Pretty much my day right there. I did sell the old Ford. Someone's saying they will trade me a 20 horsepower Honda, but for what? You haven't said for what yet. Guy said, tell her don't be ashamed of what God gave you. Get on camera.
What'd you say that made it?
Nothing. When he said if she's going to tell you what to say, come on camera. And someone said do a Barbie go-kart build. I don't want to copy other, just because someone, you got to think of my personality here. I'm not going to copy anybody's success. I'm not going to try to ride someone's success. So, like, I have been watching that channel, by the way, Grinding Plumbing or something like that. I can't remember, where they built the Barbie car. That was a huge success for them. It's cool they had that. They do really good videos, too. They have really good, they're doing really good videos. But I don't want to copy ride someone's success. If I was to go get a Power Wheel and do it, I know I would get views, but in my head, that just doesn't sit well with me. Like riding someone's success. Let them have their success, and I'll try to find mine somewhere else. If I don't, who cares? God will take me somewhere in this world. If I never make it past 200,000 subscribers, the amount of people that's been able to see my testimony and see God working in my life, that's what matters to me with all this. It does suck, that we've never had a 1 million view video, but God doesn't want us to have that, I guess, and that's fine with me. I got to be happy with and content with what God's given me. And that's hard to do sometimes. It's really hard to sit back and watch other people do things on YouTube and be successful. And the amount of hard work I know I've put in this career, but I'm successful in some people's eyes. I'm not in other people's eyes. So it's just whatever, if you can be content with it, then that's fine. Someone said they'll trade me a Yamaha Raptor for a dingo. I don't have a dingo. or I would. But yeah, there's
Bedtime.
is that Musty one that I'm thinking of? If it is, it's an honor to have him. I think. Let's see. No, it is an honor to have him if it is him. But let's see if that's the Musty one I'm thinking about. I think that's how you pronounce it. Fun fact, Musty One. Yes, Musty One. I found your videos. Man, it's been before I was doing YouTube. I was sitting there. I don't know how I found you. Maybe when I was doing. No, it was when I was doing YouTube. Maybe, but when I was doing the mini chopper or something, you was doing a bicycle build where you was using like you was rat rodding it out pretty much, like finding parts around the house. You was using like spoons and stuff or forks for certain parts on it and stuff, and it was a sweet build. And I started watching you then because you had the Volkswagen buses, and it's an honor to have you on here watching me. It's pretty cool. Thank you for watching. You know, you just you don't think people like that watches other people, so it's pretty cool to see you in here. But yeah, so everybody check out Musty One. I think that's how. Was this how you pronounce it? Mustie one, Musty One. But yeah, haven't. It's crazy. I found you so long ago. I probably, like I said, it's not crazy because you're on YouTube, but you know, it's cool. It's cool that you found me. You know, but trophy truck go kart. Read this, please. Don't reject me. Cool. So. Oh, he would trade me a 20 horsepower Honda for the mini chopper. I don't think I'd want to trade that for the mini chopper. Nothing wrong with 20 horsepower Honda. I'd rather have a Predator 670 than a Honda engine. I know people be like, what? But yeah. Biggest YouTube role model. I don't really think there's a YouTuber that I take a role modeling to. That, you know, is that I could say is a role model, I guess. But yeah.
Skylar Talton is a
patron. No, Skylar Talton. Is that how you say it? Talton? Skylar Talton is a patron. Sorry, I got my brain got messed up there. Thank you, Musty One. It's like I said, pretty sweet seeing you watching the channel and you know knowing who we are. I can't remember when I found you how it was well under 100 when I found you. Your channel was, so it's pretty cool. You're up to 181,000, so it's pretty sweet. Maybe I'll get there before I die. Who knows? You know. How long are you going to do the stream? I'm going to end it pretty soon. Yeah, there is a lot of people will make fun of the go-kart people on here for messing with go-karts. They'll say, which I don't see that comment much, but I've seen it on other go-kart channels. Why are you messing with go-karts? You're a grown man. Get a real car with a big dirty V8 in it and all that stuff. And it's like I'm having just as much fun building go-karts as the next guy building a 1,000 horsepower drag car. It's if you can be content with go-karts, there's so much fun to have. That's for sure. But well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for stopping by and watching this live stream. Maybe we'll try to do one very soon, Saturday or Sunday. No, yeah, Saturday. We'll have to do it this week with Lonnie, with some Lon Treasy. But yeah.
Check out the sponsors. Check out Patreon.
Sorry, Becca's just rattling off things over there for me to say. Musty One, it'd be cool to find out where you're at and maybe do a collaboration video. Build something together. Who knows? You can email me at greg@rbgkarts.com. But thank you guys for your support. Make sure to check out our sponsors because we wouldn't be able to do this without Go Power Sports, Quantum Machinery Group, Coleman Power Sports USA, Duramax Engines. There's a ton of them. But thank you guys for watching us. I try to answer all the questions I can, but you know they're coming so fast. There's so many of them. There's no way I can answer all of them. What? Patreon. Thank you, patrons, for your donations. All this helps us be able to keep doing these videos. And we are truly blessed to have this career. God's blessed us so much. And thank you for watching. We are going to do a trophy truck. That's what some of the guys are going crazy. You want me to do a trophy truck? We have all the parts, but a handful. We need a 670 Predator, so we need to sell some projects to get the funding for that. But we love you. And Musty One is a myth, not a real person. God bless, guys.